Hey everyone, Mark from ManaPot here. You may know me from the Tales from the Pack World stream on ManaPot's Twitch channel, where we stream Starfinder every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Today, we're talking about the Envoy. In this video series, we're just going to give a brief overview of each of the Starfinder classes. Things that they're known for, things to remember to do in combat when you're very first starting out, and then some of my personal recommendations for how an Envoy should be played. To get started, the Envoy is a character who uses their wits, their cunning, and their sharp tongue to get out of tough situations. Some popular Envoys from science fiction include Captain Mal Reynolds from Firefly, Han Solo from Star Wars, Captain Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation, Zap Brannigan from Futurama. Yes, Zap Brannigan is an Envoy. The Envoy's role in the party is social interaction. They also have a high variety of skills, meaning that they're good at a lot of things outside of combat, and they also specialize at bringing social skills into the combat. They have a bunch of abilities that help to support your party members and also to nerf your enemies. When making an Envoy, you want to make sure that you have a high charisma from the get-go. This will make all of the social situations in the game much easier for you and your party. High intelligence can also help you increase your skill point pool, but you get a lot of those from the get-go, so it's not necessarily something you need to have. Wisdom will help you with your sense motive skill and your perception. It'll help you see and make sense of the world around you a little bit better. And dexterity will help you hit things with your pistols a little bit easier, and also help you to avoid danger in dangerous situations. The Envoy is known for their skill expertise. This allows them to add 1d6 to their sense motive skill. Skills like bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, those can all be added to the expertise list to get that extra bonus d6 too. At early levels, you want to spam this as much as possible. Getting that extra d6 on a sense motive or that extra d6 on negotiations can help immensely at lower levels when you're trying to figure out the world around you and how to make sense of the campaign. More often than not, their high charisma means that the Envoys are going to be the face of the party. So whenever possible, you're going to want to be the one in the party to take care of all of the negotiations, all of the intimidations, and all of the bluffing that's going to be going on in the party. Envoys also have unique abilities called improvisations. These are the abilities that allow you to bring your social skills into the combat scenario. These abilities offer a wide variety of both buffs to your party and nerfs to your enemies. Improvisations like Clever Feint can help make an enemy flat-footed, but also improvisations like Get 'em will give a +1 bonus to attacks on all of your allies. A few levels later, you'll get access to expertise talents. These talents allow you to forego the expertise die in order to get a reroll instead. Now, let's talk about combat. In combat, you want to make sure you use your improvisations as much as possible. A lot of these buffs, a lot of these nerfs, they really only last for 1 round or so you want to continue to use them as often as possible. Make sure you know the action economy of all of your improvisations. Some are a move action, some are a standard action, some are a reaction. That means you can use multiple improvisations in just 1 turn. While it is absolutely possible to make an Envoy tank, it's important to know that a lot of these improvisations have a pretty decent range and you can use them from quite far away. If you're not built to take damage, don't be afraid to stay back and provide ample support for the rest of your party. Starfinder also allows you to use a lot of your basic skill checks to impose penalties onto your enemies. Don't be afraid to sit back and just yell an intimidation check to try to scare your opponent into submission. Now some of my personal recommendations for how to play an Envoy. I would highly recommend putting your bluff skill into your expertise list to get that extra d6 on bluff checks. Having an additional d6 to add to your bluff checks can help immensely when dealing with people outside of combat. You can use this to try and get people to trust you a little bit better, or to help push negotiations more in your party's favor. Some improvisations that I would recommend, I would highly recommend going with Get 'em. Sweet and simple. +1 bonus to all of your allies' attacks against a single opponent. At higher levels, you can take improved versions of this to affect multiple enemies or even to affect your damage. Inspiring Boost is another absolute must-have on any Envoy. This is one of the only abilities in the entire game of Starfinder that allows you to heal stamina point damage. At early levels, when combat can turn super deadly super quickly, having someone to heal stamina is huge while you hang on to your resolve points to keep you from dying. My last recommendation is the Clever Feint improvisation. If you added bluff to your expertise list, this is extremely helpful in making sure an enemy is flat-footed for the rest of your party to attack them. You can even use Get 'em as a move action and Clever Feint as a standard action to provide ultimate support in just 1 turn for the rest of the party. As far as expertise talents go, I personally prefer adding skills to my expertise list. I would rather have a higher number score from the get-go instead of foregoing the extra d6 I would get on those checks just to get a reroll. And that's it for today. There's a lot of things that we didn't touch on, and there are plenty of things to go over when you get to the higher levels. Again, this video is just to help you get started, kind of give you some tips on how to do combat in the early levels of Starfinder when you're just getting started. Thanks for watching, Make sure you follow us on social media. All the links can be found listed below. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where we're going to be uploading episodes of our streams that we do to the ManaPot Twitch channel here on YouTube. Remember to join our Discord and come game with us.